somebody just...
No, nobody else is in the waiting room.
I guess they're just late. That's okay.
Well,
and Nan is moderating this panel, so
to be honest, if you are it's like 9 o'clock in the morning in California, so on the West Coast.
Yeah. Yes, you did it right. You did it right.
I know, right? Look at that. I've been practicing.
I'm teaching her time zone differences. She has trouble with them, which I don't blame her. I did too. Well, but I had an address book that had the time zones all listed at one point, and sometimes I go to my clock on my phone and I go check what time it is in other cities. So that's how I've learned.
Well, I realized the other day when we were talking, we have some fans not in this country. When I was looking at what's it called? That's the summary of those qualifications. No, I'll just use the summary. In other countries that have been following us, like I was looking at our followers and everything, we have fans in a couple other countries, and they're way off from our time zones, not just a little.
Yeah. Well, Australia is what, 15 hours ahead?
We have fans in Australia and we have fans in India, which both have vibrant book communities that I wouldn't have thought as much as they do, but they really do have very vibrant book communities. So I want to be able to make sure we make it clear that we're on Central Standard Time here, so you have to adjust. Because if you ask me, I have no idea what time it is in India.
I can figure that out. I can look that up right now. Depends on where in India you want me to look. Let's see. Look. All right. Let's see. India. Okay, that didn't work. It was telling me Indianapolis, and I'm like, no, that's not what I was looking for.
Well, they would be ahead at least 8 to 10 hours, I'm thinking.
Yes.
They're ahead because they're east of us, so they would be ahead and quite a few hours.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, that would be the case. All right. Do we want to go ahead and get started? I mean, it's 11:08.
Yes,
we are
yes.
Now streaming.
We are now live streaming on Facebook. Yeah, it only gives me the one option. So we're just going to live stream on Facebook for this one, and we'll see about doing YouTube at no time. So everybody, I'm so excited to have everybody here with us today. This is our bookstore panel discussion. I wasn't sure what to name it because I suck with the kitschy names. So we just decided to go with what it is, which is a bookstore panel discussion. We have 2 local bookstores here in Houston. These bookstores are very established, and I think they have a wealth of experience and information to share with anybody who wants to go down the traditional path. Believe it or not, I always thought you write a book, bookstores just stock it and it sells. So exactly, right? So you don't even realize how many misconceptions you have. There
are a lot of myths out there about the industry.
Right. And I didn't realize I had so many myths in my head until I really started working with authors, and I'm just now starting to get to like meet. I didn't know even libraries can be independent. They're not always like a government or city organization. And even with bookstores, you have your chain bookstores and you have your independent bookstores, and they operate different depending on what that owner's vision is for their store. So what they stock can be completely different. And your book may not be right for their store. And that's one of the things that we're going to talk about today is the bookstore's needs and how, as an author, you can get your book into bookstores and what they look for. Because the thing about an independent bookstore owner is if they've been running their store for a long time, they're going to know what sells and what doesn't sell, and they're going to know what people are looking for. So that's, as an author, that's really great information to have when you're considering, do I want to put my book in bookstores? Is this a step I need to go? Because some authors only want to do electronic books and they don't want to go any further. So that's something else we'll talk about today. So without further ado, I would like